Welcome back to the Glitchfeed podcast, your source for everything gaming. I'm your host, Troy. For this week, it's episode 51. We are one away from our big 1 year. Congratulations, guys.
Yay. So tired.
We are all very tired and very, very hot. It is one of the hottest days on record where I'm at, and I'm sure you guys are also suffering. So with me, of course, always is Justin.
What's up?
And Sarah.
Hi.
It's hot, guys. It's real hot.
Dude, Troy,
Doing
at least we got that nasty.
Oh,
I'm so excited
nasty.
to wear my tank tops and my short shorts.
I'm gonna be so excited to fly into Austin at 100 fucking shit degree weather. It's gonna be a fucking blast.
Sad thing is, I'm wearing jeans.
Yep.
Gonna
Why
regret
would
it.
you wear jeans?
For interviews,
Because
it looks better on camera.
it does.
I'm not.
It's fine.
I tanned
Here.
though, so it looks great.
You're a girl.
Plus, I'm not gonna shave, so fuck that.
What the fuck?
I'm not gonna shave either.
You're making all kinds of mistakes. Both
Just
of
kidding.
you.
I will totally shave.
I'm gonna go with the Wookiee.
Jesus Christ. All right, let's kick it into
Do you
gaming.
shave your legs, Justin?
I do not.
I guess I have to leave it in now.
Well, I mean, he's like, I'm gonna stay with the Wookiee legs. I was like, wait a second.
Do you normally? Don't you
Yeah,
normally?
is that
I live
something
with
that...
them. Yes.
I'll just... All right.
Okay,
Leave
so
that
game releases this week.
Yeah.
Justin, I know you have PlayStation and Troy. You could get this next week. Well, actually, no, in 2 days. The Swindle, actually, I saw was released on PlayStation and will be coming out to Xbox One on the 31st. This game looks cool. Did you guys see anything about this?
I did, and I don't remember where. Is it on Steam already? I think it might be already on Steam.
I don't think so.
All right, then.
Maybe. I don't know.
Then you're probably
no, it
right.
says PlayStation 4. I tweeted it.
No, it is, in fact, out on Steam.
Oh, it is actually on
It is,
Steam.
yes.
Yeah, it's PC. But yeah, this game looks cool. I didn't hear about it till I saw a PlayStation blog update it. There's unlimited time heist game that's a platformer with procedurally generated levels. So roguelike, stealth, action, platformer game.
And the art style looks actually pretty damn cool on it. It's like a steampunky kind of style, but it's got the... God, I don't even know how to describe this. It looks absolutely gorgeous. Kind of like Child of Light, almost, a little bit. Where it's got the 2D feel, but it's very colorful, very kind of...
It reminds me of Valiant Hearts in terms of
There you go.
the
That's what
human
it is.
style, but it's a little bit, yeah, like you said, it's all nighttime, kind of bright steampunky explosions. The idea is that you're going through and dealing with robot guards, and you get tools to kind of help you improve your strategy going through. Like I saw there was a tool to make the robots go against each other. There was another tool that was a quad jump boots.
Yep.
Which looks pretty cool. There's like the Superman, which lets you run through walls. Like just funny stuff on just enough levels, like procedurally generated levels, which I had said already. I actually want to pick this game up.
Yeah, I saw it on Steam. I think it was last... Yeah, I saw it on Steam. I think it was last night that it looked interesting. Like it got me to even click the thumbnail, which is something I don't normally do on Steam, and actually hover over the add to cart button a couple times. So if you guys are picking it up, I might too. So
I'm thinking about it. It sounds interesting. Like
it does.
It's cross-buy,
I'm in.
Justin. I think it's for Vita as well.
sold.
I think you just sold them.
I don't
you just sold
know.
'em.
I thought there was a sale, but I'm not sure.
It's 15% off on Steam right now.
I think it's 15% off everything in the first week.
Sounds about right. Yeah, that looks pretty damn good. It's piqued my interest.
That's my pick of the week.
Pick of the week.
It is. That's if you
I
grab a game, grab that one.
I got a different pick of the week.
Let's hear it. Is it Angry Birds 2?
Nope. It's King's Quest.
Talked about this game.
So yeah, Sierra. It's King's Quest is the revival of the old Sierra games series of King's Quest games, were very point and click adventure games where they were really unforgiving and difficult. It was in the original era of like point and click adventures that didn't really tell you what to do, and if you missed something, you're gonna be stuck there.
Yeah, and when you say like miss something, you're gonna be stuck there. You mean like you miss something at the beginning of the game, it will like screw.
Yeah,
or the
you
point
won't be
you
able to
cannot
finish the
complete.
game.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
But this also
So-
was an era where you just bought one game and you played that a lot. It was okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Also an era where we didn't have GameFAQs or, IGN or anything to go, like, look up a quick wiki about it. So you had to either... I think they actually had a hotline. Or
Yeah, they
buy
did. They
guide.
did. The Sierra Games hotline.
He had
It
to
was a
send
thing.
a mail.
You had
Not an
to.
email.
It was like $1 a minute or something crazy when rates were still a thing.
Yeah, I was actually listening to an interview with one of the developers, and, like, they're actually, like, legitimately think it's like, we kind of want to do the hotline, but we can't think of a way to do it.
And so, unless it's like generated, like a machine generated where you frequently ask questions or something.
And it's like, it would all go to me, and I would just answer the phone all day.
So that came out for, I think, all of the consoles and all of the PCs and everything.
Except for that one console.
Except for that one the Wii U, obviously, and the 3DS, I'm assuming, is what you're talking about. It's an episodic game, which to me is a little interesting. It's not a Telltale game, right?
Right.
It's not Telltale. I
No,
just want to make
definitely
sure.
not.
I wasn't sure if you were asking or you're just telling.
I was like 3/4 telling you and 1/4 asking just to make sure I wasn't going crazy.
Yeah, it's kind of like Life is Strange type episodic.
Yeah, sort of.
I mean, just
pretty much.
It's there's Telltale and then there's
right.
everything else.
Yeah, it doesn't follow the Telltale formula. Let's put it that way. It's not a story. It's you are pointing and clicking and moving around like you would.
And just to get it out, it's The Odd Gentleman is the developer. They actually developed like a PB Winterbottom.
I don't know what that is.
Yeah, it's actually a pretty fun game. It came out
I feel
a
like
while
you just
ago.
named named it a hipster sandwich shop.
It almost
only
was.
serves like gourmet peanut butter and jelly sandwiches.
But yeah,
PB Bottoms.
PB Winterbottoms all the time. But publisher is it's recently revived Sierra.
Awesome. Which
So
is
that
cool.
came out. But on Telltale point, last week dropped the
Episode
most recent
5.
episode of episode 5 of Game of Thrones, the Nest of Vipers. So that was also pretty cool.
God, I gotta catch up on that.
Yeah, that's on our playlist right now. Is the episode 5. So
Yeah.
we'll see how that goes.
I have to play 3. No, the other half of 3, 4.
Yeah, you got to
play 2 through 5 now. I only played episode 1.
But it's fun. It's a good time.
It is. It's a good game.
Good time. So that was pretty much all the releases of note, I think.
Yeah, in terms of like next week / next month, there's something I wanted to talk about too.
Go for it.
I saw a press release on Submerged, which is coming for PlayStation 4 and PC August 4th, and Xbox One August 7th. So next week, it's just a really cool game. It wasn't on my radar, but it's so basically what it is it's like a non-action type exploration game where this girl is taking her brother to a flooded city and she's exploring the world, kind of trying to figure out a way to save him / what happened to the city. And it's just really pretty, kind of exciting area. It's another pick of next week, like upcoming games to look out for. As I'm looking at this list, there's some other cool ones coming out next month as well. As we get into August, which is the beginning of the release season.
Yay!
Yes.
It is.
Yes,
I mean,
it is.
there's some cool games
Pretty
coming
much.
out, which we probably won't talk about it. Well, I mean, next month is
Anything big in
Rare
August?
Replay.
Oh yeah, okay, I'll give you that.
Everyone's gone to the Rapture, which I heard some good things about. Goat Sim's coming out for PlayStation finally. Paddington Adventures in London is coming out. Oh, the Call of Duty Blops beta is next month as well.
Blurbs.
Okay, keep it.
Gears of War Ultimate Edition.
Blorps beta.
Actually, I've been really interested in Ultimate Edition because I didn't realize that there. Well, I mean, I realized it now because I did the daily glitch on it, but they are like completely redoing the visuals and actually redoing some of the cutscene.
It's an actual
It's
remastering.
yes, exactly. It's a remaster, not like an HD port where you just up-resed everything.
And Dishonored
Also-
Definitive Edition is also coming out that same day.
I can pass that.
Yeah, I've already played it. We're good.
Yeah.
We'll wait for the second one.
I think I already played the other. Didn't they like already release as a Game of the Year or something like that?
They
Yeah.
released the Game of the Year already, yeah, which I already have on PC, so
It's like Game of the Year, but now on X1.
I don't need
Oh.
it.
August 11th, Garfield card is coming out for 3DS.
Are you just naming things?
I'm just naming really stupid shit.
Good.
But I'm like, this is just really stupid. No, it's actually, I'm not making that up. That's an actual game that's coming out.
Yeah, that's fine.
So, but in terms of other stuff coming out next month, we got the free games of the month for Xbox and PlayStation users.
Yeah, so Xbox, let me run the Xboxes down while
Yeah.
you guys can do PlayStation. The Xbox gets, they're still on the 2 games schedule. So from the entire month of August, Metal Gear Solid Ground Zeroes is free for Xbox One.
Playing catch up, buddy.
Yep, it's right before, Metal Gear Solid 5 drops. So
And right after PS4 just did it.
Well, that also, the PS4 free one.
Right.
So.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, we got
Yeah,
that.
They did
Last
it last. Was it last month? Yeah, it was
I
last
think it was
month.
May, yeah.
Ah, it's all right.
Or June, I don't
Still.
know.
So that's August 1st to the 31st.
Yep.
And then on the 15th until September 15th, you can pick up How to Survive Storm Warning Edition, which is the isometric zombie survival game that came out mid last year, I feel like.
See, this is why I like when they do this one, like the more indie stuff, the more arcade stuff I normally just wouldn't go out and buy. Right, I love when they do those.
Yeah, like they had like Pool Nation for about 3 months, 4 months.
Yeah,
And and that was a good free game to have because it was an arcade game. I wouldn't go out and buy arcade games normally on the Xbox One, but when they're free, I'm more likely to buy them, and there are a couple on my hard drive that I've picked up and played every once in a while.
When they're free, you're more likely to buy them.
No, like actually, like I show me
more likely
to
hit to download them.
Okay.
Yeah,
I just was like,
which you should always do. Download
Right.
it. Get that purchase in.
yeah,
That purchase in quotes.
Like I wouldn't play them otherwise. Like I wouldn't.
You're more
hunt
likely to
those
play
games
them.
down.
But like, I love what Sony
Pick
does.
them up and play them.
Exactly. I love what Sony does because they actually like they'll help like with the whole thing. Wow, I'm trailing off. Point is, I'm getting it's like there are some like games that come out like indie games that they put out like day one, like Rocket League.
Right.
Which absolutely, despite the fact that Rocket League was free, well, I guess maybe not, but it had 5 million downloads in 22 days.
Well deserved.
5 million
Because of
hours
that, yeah.
in Rocket League right now.
Because it was free on PlayStation, but
It wasn't free for Troy. Troy played.
I know it wasn't free for them, but
I'd gladly pay for it.
I mean, the hype was there. Like that was great.
I'd buy this game again. That's how much I like it. Anyways.
So what else is coming out for Xbox 360?
So 360, the first half of the month is it's a Metro double play, old radio style double plays. Double play Tuesdays. We've got Metro 2033 for the first half of the month, and then Metro Last Light for the second half. So double Metro. Metro's the kind of horror-ish first-person shooter. It's set in like Russia, isn't it? Like, isn't it kind of Russian, Chernobyl-y kind of thing? I never played them because they look too scary.
I never did either. Speaking of scary.
Speaking of scary, Five Nights at Freddy 4 dropped. Just sporadically. We didn't talk about it because it just kind of came out randomly last week. I forgot to bring that up.
Because
so that came out.
Okay, yeah.
We barely noticed when they come out, and then they come out. They just drop.
It came out late last week.
Yeah, it came out late last week on, I think it was Thursday. Mm-hmm. And it was all because the developer was like, yeah, the game's done. So, here you go.
I like it. I like that more than, like, developers who are like, we got a deadline. It's like the game's gold, but you have to wait a month for it.
He's like the works of Warcraft. Like, game done. It just...
Pretty much, yeah.
Hey, your job. There you go.
Yeah, it was originally a Halloween release date. Then got bumped it up to August, like middle of August, because it would be ready sooner than that. And then on Thursday, he's like, "Yeah, the game's ready. It's on Steam. Have fun." So there's that. It's the fourth game of the series. I don't know if this is the last game of the series.
It's changed a lot. It did a lot of changes compared to other games where you don't have any sort of camera. So you have to, instead of like jumping around and seeing stuff, you have to sit and listen to the environment around you make noises and respond to it. So and then the idea is that you have a closet and 2 doors leading to hallways. And you have something behind you as well where the dolls are. And you have to listen to specific noises to figure out where to look, where to deal with it, and where to stop them from coming.
Little known Glitchfeed fact. Troy's favorite genre. You love it.
So I was watching our favorite friends over at Rooster Teeth play it, and everyone's like, "You guys are idiots. You're not supposed to be doing that." That's why I'm doing every single time, because they just jump from place to place.
Fuck that shit.
Yeah.
No.
So.
Oh, God.
So yeah, back to Xbox once again, as we freak Troy out.
Yeah.
So it was Double Metro.
Games with Gold. Double Metro.
I think, has always PlayStation Plus won this one? They just
say that every week, like it's a competition.
It's just everyone responds when I post this news up on Reddit, being like, "Yeah, PlayStation's better," and I'm like, "Yeah, it is."
It is, but I don't know. That Storm Warning is.
Yeah, I mean, so for PlayStation 4,
I'll
go game by game at this point. Lara Croft Temple of Osiris is going to be available for PlayStation 4, 2-player local co-op, 4-player online co-op. It's okay. Limbo, though, also PlayStation 4. Limbo is a great indie game. If you haven't played it, though, I mean, I feel like everyone's played it at this point, thanks to Humble.
I haven't played it.
I haven't finished it.
I own it, though.
Everyone owns it, yeah. So, I mean... But
it's one of those everyone owns.
It's a really, really good game. The next one is Sound Shapes, that's coming out for everything. It's basically musical platforming, fantastic visuals, and the powerful level creator. So it's just one of those indie platformer stuff. And the last one is Stealth Inc. 2, A Game of Clones. It's going to be PlayStation 4, PlayStation 3, PS Vita. So that's the 4 PlayStation 4 titles. Stealth Inc. is one I'm very excited about. I think that's my favorite list.
ICP.
Well, yeah, I mean, PS Vita, that's what you care about. God of War Ascension is coming out PlayStation 3 only. And then Castle Storm is going to be PS3, PS Vita, which I'm sad I'm not getting. It's basically like did you see anything about that, Justin?
Oh, just, because Vita.
Yeah, no, Vita. It's basically
plug it
like
now.
a tower defense type game. I mean, it's tower defense, but it's really cool, really fun game. So
I'm just that excited.
the
I'm gonna have stuff to
greatest.
play on the way to RTX now.
yeah, it's not the great. No, oh yeah, you are because you're not leaving Thursday. It's not the greatest compared to others. Like last month was great, but there's some cool stuff, and I will be downloading all of them because I'm a cheap bastard.
Oh, same here. All the time. And by the way, for Sony people, again, best way to do that, go to this. You can just hit purchase, so you can get that part out of the way without booting up each.
And the
actually,
thing I noticed about PlayStation Plus on the system, PlayStation 4 system, is that it'll only show 2 of the 4 available PlayStation 4 games as option if you go through PlayStation Plus free games. So you'll only see Lara Croft and Limbo, despite the fact that you can
Lara
get 4
Croft.
games. Lara Croft. Sorry.
Yeah. And I will
that
say,
you-
going through the PlayStation Store
Lara.
online, like you just hit
Lara.
free games, it brings up all the game. Go for it.
Yeah. And if you don't have PlayStation 4, but you're going to get one eventually, and you have PlayStation Plus, apparently you can cheat that way.
Yeah. So, log in that way. Do it. I wish Microsoft does it. They claim they do. They don't. You have to actually purchase it, like web browsers. Move on.
So that's that. Let's move on to some other news before we get into the big discussion that we have this week. So esports, they're kind of becoming a big thing. I know that a few weeks ago there was that big debacle of drug use in esports.
Doping.
Like doping in esports.
Esports doping is a thing now.
Is
I like
that
it.
I didn't read it, but is that basically taking Ritalin and Red Bull?
Addy. It's Adderalls.
Adderall.
Now. Basically amphetamines.
I think I love
And,
about the esports one, though. Like, no one denies it. Like, you do
Yeah,
this
the-
in
the
big
guy-
sports. They're like, no, we don't. And they're like, oh, yeah, we do it. Everybody's like, yeah, we totally do it.
I mean,
I
it's
forget
not
the
illegal.
guy.
I mean,
I
it
forget
is
the guy who
illegal,
said
but-
it was who came out. He was like, "Yeah, we're pretty much all on Adderall." Like it wasn't. He didn't make it like or outrageous statement. He just kind of was talking candidly and it
Probably
seemed
while
like
on
it was
Adderall.
Totally normal. Probably, yeah.
I mean, the question is, do they take it for medicinal use or do they just take it for esports use?
Well, that's a fun thing I wanted to bring up actually. On
Mm-hmm.
a side note, just a small bit. Esports is a much more prevalent environment. I feel like for those individuals who have maybe
Who actually would
Attention
need
issues.
these dugs?
learning disabilities is not the right word, but you know what I mean. Who need Adderall and
I mean,
who need things like Vyvanse to stay cognizant.
Focus. Yeah, you're playing a game that is doing all this stuff, and if you have that brain that's working that way, Adderall will continue to focus you, I guess. Kind of like the whole hyperactive.
The thing with Adderall is it works regardless if you have ADHD or not. It does what it's supposed to do.
I've taken it. They diagnosed me with ADHD. I was just lazy.
They know it works. So
I'm lazy. He's like, do you have issues focusing while driving? Do you get tired while driving? I'm
Yes.
like, yeah, I do.
all of those things.
It's like, you need it. And I'm like,
Turns out I'm just lazy.
that's true. Do you have issues focusing on homework? I'm like, yeah, I'd rather watch TV.
I mean, we're just learning lazy.
Yeah. So that was funny. And then also just like big events going on in the esports industry with big
They're,
prize pools.
So still on the doping issue, they just announced today that they're going to be issuing drug tests, both random and targeted, for amphetamines at the next couple larger esports events.
So, but if you have a doctor's pass, that's fine.
So
I feel like that'll be the excuse, yeah.
And so everyone's going to go to the doctor, but I guess they also could target increased amounts because I know that if like people snort that crap, they do it.
I couldn't begin to tell you the science behind dope testing, but
I mean, I assume it's like drug testing where you can tell just
Like-
how much is in the system.
no, they're doing it's not a urine. They're doing a skin sweat like skin sample
Ooh.
test.
Gotta go high tech.
No, they're going low. That's low tech.
That is low tech, really? Because I was thinking it's like, hey, that Red Bull, chug it down, turn around, pee in the can, pass it back.
There's going to be an
What?
increase in
Oh, no.
doctors' notes for
Shut
all
up.
of these esports. They're going to have to ask for medical records.
Well, prescriptions. It's
Yeah.
all it would be, but it's a whole avenue of things that are just really kind of funny as esports becomes an actual real thing. But then there's a whole other thing is you can't just test for amphetamines. There's so many other drugs that also would increase your your response times, or things like propofol, which would reduce your blood pressure, so you'd be able to react better in high pressure situations. Things that would assist you in playing video games that aren't traditionally thought of as video game drugs.
That is funny, just thinking about the industry and, here's this thing that's a sport, esports, and people are giving it so much, like, crap for it because, like, that's not a real sport, and yet you have things like people are getting drug tested, but not for steroids. Like, their version of steroids is
It's
mental.
Vyvanse and
yeah.
Adderall.
Adderall.
Adderall XRs.
Heterol is a drug. So, that's just interesting. But back to my topic is that, more money, more events are going on. And now they just announced that this game, if you haven't heard of it, Speedrunners is going to be an esport now.
What?
Yeah.
You didn't hear about that?
I did not. I'm excited about this.
We just broke the news for Justin.
Speedrunners, they just announced they're going to be adopting speedrunners into the esports kind of library, if you will, of competitive gaming, because they've cited it as it's a very accessible game, but the mechanics are easy to master the mechanics are easy to adapt for anybody to master.
Yeah, to prove it, we have numerous videos proving how pro Troy and I are.
It has a simple set of rules, yet incredible depth in how you use them, how you keep momentum, and as it turns out, a surprising number of different, deeper elements that we had never considered under pro players, or until pro players took it upon themselves to blow our minds a bit.
Thank you. Yes, that was the quote I read today, too.
Yeah, and so we see the younger generation falling in love with the simple rule set, while people of my generation, around 30, appreciate how easy it is to enjoy without investing too many hours in it. And it's just really fun.
It is. It is absolutely very fun to watch. There was whole tournaments of it at PAX that had just crowds of people around them in the indie mega booth area. And it was everyone was watching speedrunners. It was kind of cool.
Yeah, the first cup will be hosted this Saturday at 8 p.m. CEST.
I can't wait for the commentary on that.
And August 8th for North American players. During Gamescom, an official speedrunners tournament will be live streamed. Prizes include a custom ESL trail for the winning player, so in-game prizes. Yep. So the game's gotten a bunch of sales. It's super big. It's a lot of fun. I think it's pretty cool. This is as Justin said, it's pretty exciting.
That was Tiny Build, wasn't it? The studio?
Yeah.
Yes. They made $3.25 million.
Which I actually see them. They're heavily advertised. Summer Game Stunt.
Yeah, that's...
Yeah, I think they usually do, because I remember seeing them in AGDQ and a couple other...
It's like, you're doing speed running? We have our game speedrunners. Isn't that weird?
Wait, is it still in early access?
I think technically it's still early access, but it's one of those kind of... It's a fully playable game right now in early...
Yeah, and I guess, so the official tournaments are one-on-one summer series. So 1v1 races. That's pretty cool.
Ooh, it's pretty intense.
Yeah, and it's so quick, too, to do that. So it's kind of interesting to see how that run. I'll try to watch or something, just because I feel like it'd be really fun to see the tricks that pro gamers can do.
Oh, absolutely.
With strategies. Because it's not random maps, it's preset maps.
Right, it's the stock maps rather than the customs and all that.
So.
Yeah. Esports.
Yeah, so they kind of noted that there'll be a tournament in Gamescom. So I guess we could move on to Gamescom stuff, since we're running through this stuff, and we'll kind of jam about that.
Yeah, Gamescom is next weekend in Germany, Cologne, Germany. It's going to be pretty big. I think a lot of people are viewing Gamescom now more as a second E3, almost, or an encore, if you will, to E3.
And that's the thing, too, with that, is that a lot of companies are also considering that, too, like things that are not quite ready for E3, or E3 is not the right medium for them to present it. It's like, we're going to push it to Gamescom. So we didn't see Final Fantasy 15 at Gamescom or at E3, and their response was, we need more time. You'll see it at Gamescom. Don't worry about it. So,
or things like Microsoft with Scalebound and Crackdown.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because I think they even said E3 wants you to see what you could play this year and early next year. Gamescom will show you stuff that's still...
Right. Yeah, and that's the thing, too, about a lot of these things, is E3 has always been the consumer conference, whereas things like... I don't know what the one was in February.
CES?
Might have been CES.
I don't think.
It was like some developer show. I mean, everything else is basically developer shows.
GDC,
there we go.
Global Developer Conference.
Yeah, GDC. It's all developer stuff. So it's all, here's what we're working on. It's a work in progress. Here's the cool new tricks we can do with the trade. Here's what's going to make this game unique and interesting. It's not a finished product, but it's still something that is exciting and people want to see. Now, that doesn't mean Gamescom won't show off some of the upcoming games, but it definitely is more of a focus towards developers and showing off potential future stuff.
Right.
So,
exactly.
There's a lot of confirmation now that we're getting close to this. The first thing was that we did get confirmed a World of Warcraft. They were going to announce the next expansion for it at Gamescom.
Because people were so excited about the last one.
They actually said, I think fairly recently, that they're going to be moving to basically a one expansion a year model. So we're going to see a lot more smaller expansions.
Usually 2 years?
I mean, at least.
Yeah.
I think there was a full 3 years between Mists and no, there wouldn't have been 3 years, maybe 2.5 years between Mists and Draenor. So there's some time between them, definitely, but they're moving to tighten that up. I mean, Draenor just dropped last November-ish, so even if they pumped out a new expansion by, spring of next year, that's still only
about a year.
13, 14, 15 months
Yeah.
on an expansion, which is, I mean, they've already reached the end of it. They've finished all of the content for this expansion, according to them. 6.2 was the last content patch. So, yeah.
Right.
It's not clear what they're going to do for the next expansion. They have not announced anything about it. It is just we are going to show you what it is or what we're doing at.
Okay. So that's World of Warcraft. I mean, of course, the little thing was just like, hey, we're bringing it to Gamescom next week. Another thing, a big announcement this week, revolving around Gamescom, Mafia.
Yeah, that kind of came out of nowhere. I mean, there's rumors about it, but it's nice. I like Mafia games. I mean, the first one, well, it's good at its time. And also, a thing I love about the first one, which I wish they continued, they do the whole thing, like, if you throw away a clip while you still have bullets, you throw away those bullets. I love that in games. Like, I like that kind of realistic part to it. They didn't do that too.
One of the Battlefields.
They tried it, yeah. But I like it. It's good. Second one.
Yeah, Mafia 2 was a lot of fun. It was very... So Mafia, the series, is kind of a 1940s Grand Theft Auto, if you will.
Only problem with 2, I believe, though, is like it is open world, but there's like that world is lifeless. There's nothing to do.
Right, and you had to drive really slow because 1940s cars did not go very fast.
No, plus I think they actually had like speed stuff, which I'm fine with.
Anyways.
Mafia, yeah. But I don't know, it's kind of cool. It's nice to see that they're still keeping...
Yeah, and it kind of came out of nowhere because we weren't totally expecting a Mafia sequel until all of a sudden some leaky stuff popped out later, maybe 2 weeks ago, about registering domains and all that kind of thing, and trademark postings, and then all of a sudden, boom, we're doing it. We'll show you at Gamescom. So that was that. Also, Dying Light is getting an expansion.
Ooh.
Yeah, this is something that kind of I've been following a little bit behind the scenes.
I have too. It hasn't. They've been dripping little bits of news, but not enough to roll into a full ball of like a Daily Glitch worthy piece until now, basically.
Was that today? Oh, I guess I got to talk about that today.
Yep, that's it.
So basically, they announced their next expansion the following. I haven't read anything about this, so it's a heavy story-based expansion pack. Yeah.
So it's a story-based expansion pack. They're going to talk more at Gamescom, obviously, but some things they did announce. It's an expansion pack, not DLC, so it's going to be a total add-on. They're adding vehicles. They announced vehicles a little bit. They teased them a little bit in a video last week, but they didn't really say anything about it. So you're going to be able to drive dune buggies around, and it looks like that in multiplayer you'll be able to kind of lean out and shoot out of them from the passenger seat.
And it's a new map that you're running on too, which is
a brand new map, which is the same size as all of the previous maps from Dying Light combined.
Which is crazy.
It's pretty big. It's really big. From exploring the map of I think 2 or 3 maps of Dying Light, that's a pretty damn big map.
And it's so open too. Like the screenshots they're showing, it looks like just basically like you're playing Grand Theft Auto in the mountains. Just lots of open space. Those buggies.
Which will be good with that dune buggy. Yeah, absolutely going to be important. That's. Season pass holders will get it for free, which is if you do have the season pass, you're all set.
Whoop. I do have it.
Yeah.
And there will be a public reveal after Gamescom, so we won't get to see anything until after, but we'll probably hear a bunch about it.
More info coming at Gamescom, where preview will be available.
Well, I mean, it's going to be showcased there, but the whole reveal videos and everything will be probably like right after Gamescom's over.
Probably.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's just in. You know how Solitaire is always on Windows. And it's just free. Yeah, you see this? Like, they're going to put ads in it.
Well,
and
it's been like that since Windows 8.
No, but...
Windows 10.
What, for, like, upgrade for 1 month for $1.49?
It's been freemium since Windows 8.
I totally didn't download it.
Yeah, so... the original computer game is now free.
I could do that to all the people bored at their work and trying to sneak and play that with a huge, like, Nissan commercial.
Just play it on Pogo. Or play Euchre on Pogo. So I get to talk about that on a video. So Dark Souls 3 is getting their world premiere at Gamescom with it sounds like the press release didn't really say it, but they said, it's gonna be more. There's gonna be a lot more going on with Dark Souls 3. Don't take my word for the demo, but they made it sound like it without saying a demo. Like they said, players are gonna experience the world of Dark Souls 3. So I'm not really sure what that means, but at E3 we got the trailer, which was basically just the logo trailer. So now we're actually going to see more of what the game is going to feature, what's going on.
That ridiculously huge set piece that they had there, the black blood sprayed out everywhere. If no one's seen this, go look it up. It's damn impressive.
Yeah, so it probably won't be gameplay demo, but it'll probably feature a thing
I could
when they do it.
see gameplay demo though, because they have enough, and that's also they didn't introduce. I think they did like cinematic trailer, didn't they?
But that was definitely the top of the list for that.
FromSoft.
Yeah.
That's definitely on the top of the list for whoever is listed as on the top of.
Well, I'm just like sitting there. I went through this. I read through all the press releases right before this, so kind of my brain is. But in terms of bigger ones, Square Enix is going to be there, and they actually are going to be showing off their games that are very soon / Final Fantasy 15.
Right. Yeah. So their big ones obviously going to be Hitman is hitting pretty soon.
Those stress effects.
December 8th. That release, so they're gonna apparently have that show. It's pretty nice. And
Deus Ex.
Deus Ex, which is a 2016 release. No really word on that when that exactly that'll release, but it's got to be getting close. There's a lot of demos, a lot of playable information, and then Final Fantasy 15,
which they delayed because they had to change a whole character in it because it just didn't fit. So who knows when that game's coming out. They also have some Dragon Quest stuff that they'll be talking about in terms of Dragon Quest Worlds, one that they're talking about. So I mean smaller stuff, but I thought Hitman and Deus Ex most likely will have demos, gameplay, all that stuff. Final Fantasy, we've already had a demo, so who knows what they're going to talk about. Maybe just show off another area or something.
Probably.
A lot of jokes coming out on Hitman are like, this is what it looks like with NVIDIA hair physics.
Oh yeah, bald.
I'm so excited for that. It's on my list.
What, Hitman?
It's very much on my list. Yeah.
Hitman looks.
I never liked the series.
Really ambitious for what they're going to try to do with.
Yeah.
I like to see it works out where they have like the random assassinations pop up, the ones that you can miss if you're really curious how that's going to.
Yeah, I don't know if I'll buy it. Yeah, I probably wouldn't buy it day one, but I'm keeping an eye on it as my to buy for the holiday season. Just because the whole you can kill someone any way you want,
it's always
really
been that way in
excites me.
Hitman all the time.
Yeah, but just the way how open it is, it's like different paths, different everything. Like it's just like you said, ambitious and interesting. So
I'll be excited when this gets on my PlayStation Plus queue, like all Ubisoft games.
Yeah, probably next summer.
Probably.
So otherwise, Microsoft also will be there, and they'll be showing off a bunch of games that weren't at E3.
A bunch of games we had questions about for a while, and people have just been waiting to see. Like, you showed that cool trailer, like, ages ago. What's up with those? So we're going to see, like, stuff like Scalebound's going to be there, Quantum Break, and I'm really excited about Crackdown 3. I'm excited to be so let down again. You're not stopping me.
I was just waiting if Troy was going to talk about Scalebound.
I mean, there's nothing to really talk about. We haven't seen anything outside of the E3 trailer last year.
But we're excited.
We brought it up a couple times prior to E3 of like, when are we going to see more about this game? So I'm glad it's not vaporware. And everyone that has said things about it says it's very, very exciting. But we won't know until we see it. So, yeah. And
finally, the big thing is that Sony will not be at Gamescom this year.
This really is a big thing. Gamescom. I think last year's the one they dropped PT.
Yeah, but did they not skip last year?
No,
to do their Sony press conference in
No, they still did, like, again, that's the conference. They said, like, hey, this is thing from Hideo Kojima and Del Toro that they're working on. You could play it today.
Side note, thank God that those two are still talking about making a game.
Oh, I'm excited about that. Like, so pretty much we're probably going to get Silent Hills, but it's not going to be called Silent Hills. It's going to be the Hill of Silence.
Well, I mean, the thing is that even if you don't like you don't like Troy, but like, it was so different compared to any other Silent Hills that they can just roll with it and it doesn't matter. Like, it inspired other people to develop games in a similar fashion.
Yeah, there's like that so player-made one the indie one is coming out soon.
Allison Road? Is that the name of it?
Maybe.
Yeah.
I believe so.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah, that's what it's called. So, yeah. I mean, and they said they basically were like, this is not a copy. Basically, PT kicked it off for us, so clearly it's like...
It was the inspiration. It wasn't the
foundation thing.
Exactly.
They didn't want to be like, PT's dead, we're going to build one to replace it. No, they're like, this is just... PT changed the horror industry just like Five Nights at Freddy's did. I mean, Five Nights at Freddy's was more of the flash horror industry type game, but...
Flash horror.
Like flash games. It feels like a flash game to me. But this really kind of changed the whole environmental experience of an interesting way of it was, you literally were walking in a hallway 30 times and slight changes, and it just still freaked you the F out.
Well, sometimes not so slight, but yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, there are certain times where once you got far enough where you started getting trippy, it was very different. But I mean, like, hey, this door closed, or hey, if you miss it, something was in the window.
Oh, hey, there's a
just
baby fetus in the sink.
the Retus fetus.
Yeah.
But yeah, Troy has a lot to say about that game.
Hey, I hope you know to look in this little peephole because you ain't going to go through. And like people still don't know how the hell they actually beat things. Like, there's a lot of theories, there's a lot of things you can do, and things that you have to trigger and know what to do right after that. But I don't think anybody there's multiple ways to end that demonstration.
No one will ever know.
No. Well, Kojima might talk about it one day when he's allowed to. He's finally gone.
But if they do the same thing with a different game, like, that's gonna be crazy.
It's Del Toro and it's Kojima. We're going to have the guy that loves making spooky shit and monsters with the guy who likes making the trippiest ass cutscenes through whole games.
Well,
so
basically that theatrical trailer they did right after, where it was like you had the ball that turned into a head and a giant hand that started chasing after you. Like that's more like crazy. Like if they did that would be really freaking crazy.
I want to know what their dreams are like, because holy hell, how do you bring that to life?
So funny, Troy, when we were talking about this, how he refuses to even listen to people's reactions to it. No, I said you refuse to even, like, you were like, okay, I don't care, like, if I have the screen black and I still can hear it, I don't want to hear it. Like,
oh, that one, yeah. I would watch the Let's Play videos by scrolling them away from the video and only showing the face cam.
The reaction videos.
Just watching the face cam part of it.
And it's still really creepy, just... I liked, there was one I saw, just because if you turn around at one point, something will jump at you. So it's like anytime they had to go backwards, they just slowly backed up without turning around. They're like, nope, don't care.
I'm not turning around. I'm not turning around. They
Butts
can't get me if I don't turn around.
I can't see you. It's not going to happen.
It can't pop up if I don't stop, if I don't look away.
Yeah, that's definitely, it's an exciting news, you know? That's very exciting to see that, because a lot of people were concerned. They're like...
It is. If you're talking I'm guessing that means Kojima already has plans for next. And of course, we still don't know what happened. We just know we just know there's really bad blood. And,
I mean, like, we just had, it's some guy who was doing a Kickstarter who we left a call about it.
Wait, Igafune?
But I mean, yeah.
Like, no, sorry, Igarashi.
Yeah, he left...
Yeah, I'm like, Konami's not new to this. They have...
No, it was like, some guy left Koei in like 2000... Koei Temco in 2008, and he just started a game now. So, I mean, even if, like, he's gone for a while, he's just working on something on his own, which is completely fine.
That's the thing, we will know what happened eventually, because same thing, like, Igarashi did the same thing, like, the time has passed, but you got the story of what happened, why he left. Again, I can't imagine what Kojima's done to erase his existence, be away from, like, just gaming. But I don't know. It could be Kojima's fault. It could be they took too long on Metal Gear. It could be that maybe he's got a bit high on himself. But I mean, we don't know.
Devil's Third, Itagaki, the guy who did Valhalla Game Studios. He a bunch of games. Devil's Third. I mean, basically, it was Tomonobu Itagaki. He created his own studio after he left.
I mean,
Koei.
The only thing I'm worried about is what's going to happen to these properties afterwards, because Igarashi left, and you see what happened to Castlevania crap now. And we know that they're getting away from the console scene. They don't need consoles to survive as a company. And I'm just worried that we see some of these franchises just...
Itagaki did Dead or Alive, created Dead or Alive. I'm just saying, he's the one that created Dead or Alive and revived Ninja Gaiden and left Tecmo, so...
Always has his sunglasses on, loves big breasts.
So yeah, he recreated a game that was basically a ninja big gun shooter.
Hugh claims, you're shameful for wanting to see these women dead. I... barely put in clothes.
Okay, so yeah, I mean that's a cool thing. Very excited about that.
It's gonna be.
Is there anything else to talk about?
Well, I mean, it looks like it's not like Sony's not planning to do anything. They're kind of pretty much trading off Gamescom, the Paris game.
No, their conference. They have a Sony dedicated conference they started last year.
Mm-hmm. Well, no, they're doing that too, but like they're kind of like they're not doing their conference here. There's going to be a Sony presence, but it's probably going to be like a lot of stuff there. I doubt we'll see anything big, but like they're like kind of like doubling down on Paris Game Week happening off.
Yeah, I still think that they're probably going to wait for all their big stuff till their personal conference where they can do more of a...
I imagine you're definitely going to do that too.
For it.
Like PSX again.
PSX, that's what it was. Yeah. So I mean that was pretty big last year, so I'm sure they're like, yeah, why not?
This is your E3 conference with no one else. So I don't know. That's going to kind of like let Microsoft run away with this, because they're going to be showing all the games you've been wondering about, and I don't know. It's weird to have a Gamescom with only one big like. Let's say not first. Well, I guess kind of first party develop. Leading the way. It's the only time we only have like just one.
So we were talking a bit. Troy and I were talking a bit about Fallout New Vegas, which I was playing. I just started playing. I just picked it up after buying it at the summer sale for Steam.
And so how it...
What?
I'm proud of you.
Yeah, how you actually got it 100%. And...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so you were talking about how you got it 100%, completely beat it. And Justin and you last week, we were talking about Witcher. And we were talking about how Justin's almost done with it and Troy still needs to play a lot
Finally
of it.
finished the story mode, but...
Did you? That's great, because they just announced that they're releasing a New Game Plus for
New
Witcher.
Game Plus.
Which I'm so glad you're doing that, because I actually thought about, like, eventually going through it again. I would be pissed if I started a new game.
Exactly. So, New Game Plus.
We've got the deets on that if you want it.
Yeah, let's talk about the deets on that, since that was a pretty big announcement. A lot of people, I mean, it was big. A lot of people were excited for the thing, but then a lot of people were also like, that's your last free DLC? That's the last thing? Why didn't they just patch it in?
It's a little weird that it's the last free DLC, and it's the last free DLC. They decided, you know what, you probably already restarted already. And that's why some people were kind of pissed about it, too, because some people already started, like, their second save, and probably, like, 20. And, like, I don't know, like, I like New Game Pluses and games, you know, that seems like more like a Japanese than, but, I don't know, Witcher, just like Skyrim, you're never gonna play, like, a New Game Plus in Skyrim or Fallout. I'm excited, I'm going to do it, but I just feel like it doesn't belong.
Well, with what we discussed last week of there being multiple endings, it almost makes sense of wanting to play it again to get a different...
It does.
Yeah.
It's kind of like if Mass Effect has a New Game Plus mode. Remembering this, right?
No, they didn't.
Alright.
Yeah. So, basically, they answered, we got this announcement about a week ago, and then yesterday they answered what exactly would going into the New Game Plus.
Yes.
And so, player experience, if you're below level 30, you'll be bumped to level 30 from the start. All the items, including quest items, books, and letters... excluding, sorry. Items,
so all of your...
not quest items, not books and letters, no Gwent cards, which a lot of people are upset about.
I have some of that.
Usable items and trophies. You'll get money, and you will get alchemy recipes.
You will also bring all of your equipment, is what that is saying. Usable items are a very specific set of items, like your potions and your elixirs. Those will not carry over. Your equipment will carry over.
I'm sorry, the Gwent cards had me a little salty. I've been spending time developing my deck.
When starting, you can select any difficulty level, no matter what. You don't have to select up or anything. Mm-hmm. And you will obtain a new achievement when playing the New Game Plus mode.
No, you'll get the Death March achievement, which is the beating it on the highest difficulty achievement.
That's great, because my achievements just stopped working for Witcher on even though I stopped caring about PC. GOG Gaming. Like, they literally just stop happening. Like, I didn't get the achievement for beating it. I didn't get the achievement for a few other things. Oh, I guess I'm done with that.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you can, you'll be able to pick whatever difficulty you want, but if you beat it again, you will get you beat it at the highest difficulty achievement. Yeah. Because the game will be harder. The enemies will be stronger. You know, the monsters will pace with you a little bit quicker. It'll be a more difficult game.
A classic New Game Plus.
Yes.
The thing, too, is that also if your character carries over, but you also get a free clearing potion, so you can reset and try everything with a different build. So if you want to play, you can.
Oh, God, that's the other thing I hate. If you have that, like, reset potion, and you run out, like, whatever potion you're using last or the food item you have, that's the one that always goes into slot first. So you'll be, like, frantic in a fight, pumping, like, oh, well, reset all my skills.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, if you're not careful.
Yeah. So that was a pretty exciting announcement. I know that we don't know exactly
what's
happening yet because they have to still fix it, but that'll be coming soon. And then they're going to focus only on patches until they release their first expansion, which will be releasing in October of this year.
I'm excited about.
The next one is
supposed to be a huge expansion too.
Have they said October?
That's what I saw on my notes. Yeah,
you're probably right. I couldn't find it the other night when I was...
I'm pretty sure it's tentatively October. Yeah, no, when I was talking about, yeah.
I don't want to argue with this as they claim it as free DLC, but most of the stuff I'm seeing from this is this stuff that we kind of wanted in the game. We're going to put it in now. It's almost like this was the plan, but...
The free DLC?
Yeah.
Well, it's a lot of extra stuff. So, like, things like New Game Plus is big, but like, it's really just a couple extra quests, different...
Like, I'm thinking about the big stuff like the storage chests, which they had in every other Witcher.
Well, that was more of a patch. That wasn't a free DLC. That was, we patched this in because people wanted it.
And which, again, Witcher's probably one of the most complete games I played when it released in the recent time. So I don't want to fault them too much on it, but it's still, like, it's some of the stuff they're adding, it's just like, yeah.
Well, again, I don't know that was the case for things like the storage chest. I think that was a decision that was made after the fact that said we need to add this in because players want it. I think it was a design decision not to leave it, not to put it in
I don't think it is.
It was a design decision to put it in afterwards.
But they have
not as a free DLC, but as a patch.
But they have multiple armor sets you have to hold on to. to...
You don't have to hold on to anything.
You don't have to hold on to anything, but there's some, like... Well, no, there's some armor sets, like, you can't upgrade to the next set unless you had the previous armor set for that.
Right.
Which, that kind of begs, like, why...
You don't have to maintain it.
You don't have to, but games like that, like, hey, here's some stuff you can put it in.
Not necessarily.
Again, they had it in Witcher 2, which you really didn't need
But
it
that
all.
means nothing. There was a lot of things in Mass Effect 2 and 3 that weren't in the first one, or vice versa. Things that were in 1 that weren't in 2 and 3.
I'm just saying.
The whole fucking mechanics of the going on the planets was scrapped in 2 and 3. Things change between expansions. That's not the point. Your point was that this extra DLC, you said, felt like it was added on, after that the game wasn't complete. When the extra DLC, the only one that I feel that that's the case for is the New Game Plus mode. And that is the only thing in this whole group that seems like this should have been in the game originally, outside of the quests and things that are just tacked on. I think the storage mechanic and the extra movement mode were responses to people's feedback.
Extra movement mode, I 100% agree
tacked
too.
On
but storage chest, that had to be. We didn't have it.
I doubt it.
I do not.
I highly doubt it. I think that was a design decision not to have it, and a design decision to put it in.
Sarah, would you like to contribute?
Yeah, sure.
No.
I'd love to contribute. I currently have 2 hours played for The Witcher 3 Valentine.
Anyway, that's my 2 cents on
That's
Witcher 3.
my value for contribution.
No, and I see what you're saying.
I just got a review copy
points.
for the Submerged.
Please play more than...
I probably have more hours logged into Fallout than I do have in... Okay, so other stuff that we can talk about. Ark. There's Ark news as well. Those got a little hype. We got a little hype on YouTube for that. Ark Survival.
Go for it. Shoot.
Yeah. So, much like every other survival game, they actually announced that they are including Hunger Games type mode for Ark Survival Evolved. It's Survival of the Fittest, where basically you all are going to play multiplayer. You have, much like Hunger Games, you spawn in an area, you can go to the middle to get supplies and go into a deathmatch. Otherwise, you kill off each other while the world slowly collapses internally towards you and kills people. So that was announced.
Wonderful.
Yeah, I mean, well, for a game, like, what was interesting about this is that Ark is one of the faster-paced games for implementing updates, and maybe that's because they made, I think, $10 million from the Steam Summer Sale being the top-selling game. But they've done a great job of really speeding up this early access type progress compared to other games like H1Z1, which I think took a few months. Ark did not. Ark took a month to do this.
You tell me there's an early access game that actually gets use that to production of their game. Accelerate stuff when they get more to know.
Yeah, if you watch the video where I cover this, I did make a very funny pun. I'm proud of myself with that.
Go ahead and make it again. Go ahead and make it.
Oh, I was gonna say, basically I said, it seems like it's a cool game that allows you to poop on command, but eventually you just don't give a shit anymore.
Thank you for sharing.
It's so funny. You're welcome.
You good? You good on that one? Finished? Good. All right. What you guys got anything else? Any other big news?
No. Not really.
Any other things you'd like to talk about?
No.
Any other stuff? Rocket League hit 5 million downloads in 22 days.
That's awesome.
By the way, on PC
we
and
talk
PlayStation
about that?
4. I don't know. Did you say the 22 or the 5 million?
Yeah. Wait. You did.
I'm pretty sure I did.
Oh, I didn't hear you say that.
Yeah, I said because I was talking about PlayStation Plus. I was talking about PlayStation Plus, so you were checking out.
It hit 5 million downloads in 22 days, and the PlayStation.
I already said this. I said this earlier when I was like, basically, it kickstarted the game to being so successful is the fact that it was on PlayStation Plus.
A what?
We had that discussion like 20 minutes ago.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Troy, come on. That's gross.
Sorry.
No, it's really cool. But it's downloads, not purchases.
Right.
And then you said, I purchased it. I didn't download it, and I would purchase that game twice.
I did. I said all these things. These are all things I said. You're absolutely right. All right. Let's wrap up here a little bit. Quickly, what are you guys doing? What are you guys playing? Quickly. Sarah,
not much.
quickly.
I'm playing Pack for RTX.
That's a fun game to play. Since
I'm leaving before you guys. Probably going to play some Submerged this weekend since I got a copy of that to check it out, and I'm all excited for it. Fallout New Vegas I played. I'm getting old because I'm getting motion sick from playing these games. Like, I know I'm old when I'm getting motion sick from first-person games, and I haven't played games in a while.
Play it up there.
I used to sit in front of my TV on Skyrim and play it for like 6 hours straight. And now it's just like I can't even look at it for an hour without just being like, no, I can't deal with this.
You're a sad individual.
Console.
Sad person. So I have sunk a lot of time lately into Rocket League, and I've been playing Life is Feudal, the medieval survival, like MMO-y kind of game. We actually
I kind of
interviewed
wanted
them
to pick
at
that
PAX.
up. But it's a $40 early access game.
I would not pick.
Yeah, I wouldn't pick it up for $40. It's nothing wrong with that.
It's
just
not the best. It's good. It's not great.
It's early access. There's a lot that needs to go on. I'm taking it.
It's real early access too. I will say that it's been in early access for a while, and it's very early accessy.
Would you say it's very?
It's something.
And you thought my shit joke was?
I didn't think that one was good either. To be fair, to both of you. All right, cool.
Okay.
Well, let's
Puns
wrap
are
things
not
up.
funny. So, just a reminder for everyone is that there might be a little bit of a delay because next week is going to be a video podcast.
And we might live stream it too.
Yeah, so we'll see what happens. If we live stream it, we'll have to figure out what channel to live stream it to.
We'll announce it. So follow us on Twitter at Glitchfeed, and we'll let you know where that'll be, or it'll be on YouTube, or we could just hang us on air. That would make the most sense.
Maybe that'll be our home.
Okay.
All right, cool. Well, we will see you guys next week with another episode of the Glitchfeed podcast. In the meantime, subscribe to our channel on YouTube, youtube.com/glitchfeed, and check out our Daily Glitch YouTube series and catch up on any podcasts you haven't right there. We will be, like I said, we'll be at RTX next week, so we'll be tuning in with a lot of cool news, a lot of cool interviews from the floor, and be sure to check us out with our live video podcast next week as we celebrate 1 year of Glitchfeed. 1 year, guys. All right, we'll see you guys.
Thanks, everyone. Thanks, everyone. Thanks, everyone. Thanks, everyone. Thanks, everyone. Thanks, everyone.